Hi everybody, welcome back to Main Mission Hope. And if you're new to Christianity or returning after many years, you might face questions that challenge your faith or make you feel uncomfortable. And one of the most common is, what proof do you have that there actually is God or Jesus? And it's a question that can feel daunting, especially when asked with skepticism or even hostility. But here's the good news. This isn't about winning an argument. It's about planting a tiny mustard seed of faith, one that could grow into something mighty. Remember, beginnings are delicate times, and as Christians, we're called to respond with humility and hope. As ever, remember, I'm not an expert, I'm not a theologian, I'm just a guy who enjoys learning things about Christianity and sharing things with everybody else. So, when someone asks for proof, they might want something they can see or touch. Faith, though, often goes beyond that. The Bible says in Hebrews 11:1, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. But that doesn't mean we're left without reasons to believe. Let's start with history. Jesus isn't just a figure in the Bible. Ancient writers like Tacitus and Josephus, who weren't Christians, mention him and his followers. The Gospels, written by people who knew Jesus or learned from eyewitnesses, give us detailed accounts of his life, death and resurrection. These men and women weren't spinning tales. They were so convinced of what they saw that many died for it. Would they give their lives for something they knew was false? Think about the disciples too. After Jesus' death, they were terrified, hiding away. But after his resurrection, they became fearless, preaching even when it meant persecution. Something incredible must have changed them. Then there's the world around us, the universe with its precise laws, the beauty of nature, the complexity of life. Can all this really be an accident? Romans 1:20 tells us that God's power and nature are clearly seen in what he's made. Creation itself can point us to a creator. And if you watch videos about atheists, and one of the arguments that they most respect from religious people about God and the existence of God is the fact that we are here, because scientifically the probability of the universe being made in such a way that life is possible is incredibly rare. I mean, incredibly rare. And often it's called the fine-tuning argument. The fact that the universe seems to be fine-tuned that life can appear. Now, it doesn't mean that the universe is made perfectly for life, otherwise there would be life everywhere. You know, at the moment we only know it that it's here on Earth. But this fine-tuning is incredibly unlikely. And as I say, you know, if you look at videos online and look for what is the argument for God that atheists most fear, it's often that one. However, maybe the strongest evidence is personal. Countless people, including perhaps you, have felt God's presence through answered prayers, a sudden peace, a new sense of purpose or hope. These moments might not fit in a science book. They're real to those who live with them, especially, say, at work or at home, anywhere where you're with other people and they've noticed the change in you since you've become a Christian. So how do you respond to someone asking for proof? First, listen. Hear their doubts without judgment. Be humble and kind. This isn't a debate, but a chance to share hope. Tell them why you believe, maybe a story from your own life. It's okay to say, I don't have every answer, but I trust what I've seen and felt. Maybe invite them to explore for themselves. Suggest they read the Gospel of John, written so we may believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God. Encourage them to pray, even a simple, God, if you're there, show me. Because a small step can open the door to something life-changing. Your job isn't to force faith, but to plant a seed. God waters it, so be patient, be gentle, and trust that even the tiniest faith can grow into something beautiful. Christianity offers hope where there was none, and that's a gift worth sharing. Thank you for joining us again on Main Mission Hope. If you've enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and of course I'll see you again soon.